What's up, guys? Not Super Mario here, and welcome to the stream WandaVision recap with Matitz. Of course, you can see him already, probably, hopefully. I don't know if everything is working correctly. How's it going, Matitz?
It's doing fine.
Is
You
it?
know, it's cold, but it's fine.
Yeah, it's freezing cold. I took a walk like earlier, and I was like, God damn, I don't like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, welcome to the stream. Hi, hello, grüß Gott, bonjour. I don't know what else.
Oh boy.
Hola. I don't know. I do speak a few languages. Anyway, we are here, me and Matitz, to talk about WandaVision. Finally, we have some Marvel content. MCU Phase 4 has started. Finally, and we are here to talk about it. So if you haven't seen the show, spoilers, because it's gonna be heavy spoilers. We're gonna talk about, I don't know, everything pretty much. We're gonna give you our thoughts. We're gonna talk about questions that we have after the two episodes that we got. We all already we are all we are
Starting already.
we are also I was looking for also we are also gonna talk about what we want for the future of this show and just in general about this show. So if you haven't seen it, watch this stream anyway, but put it on mute because you don't want to know what happened. Even though, if I'm completely honest, there's not a lot of big spoilers in this show, at least in these first two episodes, that would
Yeah, not for now.
would let's say destroy your potential viewing for forward for next episodes. I will say that. But yeah, hello, hi, say hi in the chat. If you have, of course, any questions about the show or anything, leave it in the chat. We're gonna gladly answer any questions you have. So yeah, pretty much that's it. We finally started with MCU Phase 4. What did you think about this start, Matitz?
I enjoyed it quite a bit. I was entertained. I loved the jokes. Uh, Even though they were very dated, that's also one of the facts. I adored them so much. I think that both Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany are perfect. I don't have any complaint about their portrayals for now. I think that they are amazing in this, like especially Paul Bettany. Like if you can see him like his first appearance in Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
I almost said Age of Skywalker, and I was like, what? Age of Ultron, where he's like very, he's a robot,
Yeah.
android, or whatever. But here he's so much fun. Like this is his character now, and it's so entertaining. And also her, Elizabeth Olsen. I think that they both do terrific. And I found I don't know which episode I prefer of these two. I think that they were both because they weren't all that different from each other. These first two. I know that we are going to get into some other stuff in the future episodes, but for now, I would say that these two episodes were a nice start. I think that we will start picking up things in the future episodes with the story and everything.
Yeah, I completely agree with everything you said. I think it's a very risky and bold move to start with this show in a way they started, because this is completely different from what we've seen in MCU so far. It's completely new, completely fresh, nothing that could you compare to anything else like in MCU. And like you said, Paul Bettany, especially, I would say he's phenomenal in the first two episodes. Everybody is phenomenal. All the supporting cast, of course, Elizabeth Olsen, but I think Paul Bettany stole the show in the first two episodes because he had so much things to do and he wasn't as stoic as he is in MCU movies so far. Or he had so much to do. He was funny, he was quirky, he was weird, he was everything that you can possibly think about Paul Bettany doing in these two episodes. I think it's really nice to see them divert from what we know in the MCU and what these characters so far have done in the MCU. I think It was really special to see. Like you said, I would say that I liked the second episode more, maybe because it showed more where this show is going. I
Mm.
think that we got more about that. But yeah, like you said, it's really hard to say which one is better. But I will say that I liked the first two episodes. I didn't love it.
Yeah.
I'm not there yet. I think from like when we get more episodes and when we actually know what the story is and where the story is going, I think I'm gonna love this show. But for first two episodes, I think it's an awesome entry in the MCU Phase 4. I think they did a lot of great things in these two episodes, but I'm not loving the show yet. But I think we will get there where we, especially me in this case, that I will love the show.
Yeah, well, and it's also like, I mean, I look at this entire season as one movie, so I wouldn't like when I watch the first 20 minutes of a certain movie, I would still like I wouldn't say my opinion on the entire movie yet. So yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying it for now, but like when the entire season is out, our just overall opinions will just come together and we will have more throughout thoughts about this entire show. So yeah, for now I think it's good. It could get worse, it could get
True that,
better.
yeah, true that.
Yeah.
But I
So
think uh, we can trust in MCU, in Kevin Feige, and everybody that's involved with these shows and movies in general. They haven't disappointed me since, I don't know, Thor Dark World, and that's been like 10 years ago.
mm,
Pretty much. So I have 100% faith in them to give us something completely unique and different, and we already got that in the first two episodes. But yeah, what? Let's first talk about episodes. Episode one. Episode one. That was what
mhm,
I'm trying to say.
yeah.
Uh, we start in this west view. I think it's called the city. We are in the 50s. We see the shot of them driving to this house and saying just married. So we know that they are married, even though we haven't seen the the whole ceremony or anything.
Mhm. Yeah.
And we see them being happy, even though they don't really know when anything happened, why anything happened, why they are there.
Yeah.
And I like that they kind of put them in a situation they don't really know what the heck is going on. And I think that the audience, especially in the first episode, felt the same. It
Mhm.
was okay, the last time we saw them, Vision is dead. Scarlet Witch um, is where is she? Where she was fighting Thanos. That was pretty much
Yeah, she was at the
she was
funeral the
at the
last time
funeral.
we
Well, yeah,
yeah.
talking to Hawkeye. Yeah, that's the thing. And then we are here
Mhm.
in black and white world. So one of the questions that I have: how do you think? Why do you think Vision is alive? Is that the Vision we know, or is this just imagination in Scarlet Witch's head?
I think it is pretty obvious that this is all inside her head or some kind of what am I trying to say? Uh,
Illusion that somebody is portraying?
Illusion. Yeah, or yeah, because like you remember Inception, right? When DiCaprio is talking about like you never remember the beginning of the dream, you
Mm,
just find yourself in the middle of it, and that's how I felt when like they are married. They find themselves in the middle of just like their happy life, and I
mm,
think that it's all it's something is happening. This is definitely not a real world, I would say. Now I don't know if she's responsible for this or somebody else. I think that she has some control over this, but I think that there is a lot of like parasites also that she isn't creating that are kind of like trying to break into her mind or something like that.
yeah, yeah. I would say that she is in some control of what is going on, especially we see her a lot using her powers. She uses all the time. But like you said, there is somebody or some organization or some villain that we haven't seen yet that is putting this charade in into her head or around her and everything, because a lot of NPCs, or let's say side characters in this show, act really weird. They don't
Yeah.
act like normal people would act. And even though, yes, we are, especially in the first two episodes, we are put in 50s like era, and
Mhm.
the acting, the way it's directed, the way the show is moving forward, the story and everything, it feels like the 50s. It's cheesy, it can be cringy, but for everything that we just said, that's why it works.
Yeah.
So that's maybe one of those things that kind of amplifies the feeling of weirdness of this show. That why are people like talking like that? Why is everything so over the top? But it is 50s sitcom, so
And
it
I
makes
have a
sense.
theory.
Yeah.
I have a theory that every if you look carefully, like you said, everybody acts the way that they did in those times in the sitcoms, like over the top, they're speaking very loudly and everything, and also camera angles are all in the style of the old TV shows,
Yeah.
and every single time a glitch occurs, like at the dinner table,
Mm-hmm.
when the boss starts choking, we cut to a close up of
Yeah.
Wanda. We break away from the style of the sitcom,
Sitcom.
and yeah, there is no laugh track, nothing. She's just, and she also talks normally. She says, "Vision, help him."
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's normal. It's
Mm-hmm.
still black and white and 4:3, but it's still normal filmmaking. And then all of a sudden, when kind of like the guy resets and he's like, "Oh, look at the time. We have a laugh track again." That was very like jarring to me. And that thing, like small little detail of laugh track coming back up, it's kind of like, ooh, it's very unsettling. And also in the second episode, as soon as she hears boom outside and she sees the red chopper, uh, we cut to close up. Also, when we are inside the house and she hears it, we cut to close up, and then she picks up the chopper. There is a dolly shot on
Mm-hmm.
her, very unlike sitcom. And also at the end with the beekeeper, also the slow push in on them, and it's just very like it's very
It's
uh,
smart.
yeah, filmmaking or storytelling. It's very like precise and very well
So you
thought
really
out. And
have to keep an eye for this type of stuff, like Mati just said. It's whenever we break the reality, let's say it like that, when she breaks out of the this sitcom world in a way, especially in her head, let's say in her head or something, we every time we cut to non like non-typical sitcom vibe, it always gets, like you said, close-ups or dolly shots or something, and the way she acts all of a sudden is more normal than she was acting before.
yeah,
And
it's kind of like she's in a trance when she's in
yeah,
sitcom style,
and
like she's on
also
autopilot.
if you noticed at the dinner table when Vision saves that boss guy, everything like after that, when the boss is like, yeah, we're gonna talk about promotion and everything, like the NPC was like, oh, everything's okay now. Now let's be back and let's try and calm Scarlet Witch down, that everything is back to normal. We are back in this weird reality or whatever this is. So, like you
Mm-hmm.
said, very smart filmmaking and very smart writing. And it makes the show, even though it is so far, it's really quirky and funny, very, in a way, menacing, because whoever
Yeah.
is doing this, whoever is behind this big charade, this illusion, reality, whatever this is trying to get something from Scarlet Witch or Wanda Maximoff, however you want to call her.
Maybe, yeah.
So yeah, it's very very good filmmaking so far, and I'm sure we're gonna get more of that in the future episodes. But I think
Mm.
that because we are gonna go through decades of sitcoms, if you don't know how sitcoms are filmed, because through decades they changed a little bit of the style, and I think we're gonna see that in the future episodes where we're gonna be in 70s, in 80s, in 90s. So you be careful on how the camera moves and where we are with the characters. Are we in close up or on a dolly shot, or we are just panning left to right? Because it they are this hints you what the heck is going on, just a little bit.
Yeah.
But like you said, you mentioned the chopper part. What do you think that is?
I don't know. It must be a hint at something, or maybe I don't think.
Do you think that the real world part is coming through this illusion in this type of way? Because in the first
Maybe.
episode, I think the radio or whatever that the commercial part with the toaster, the dot was red.
Yeah, and did you also hear the slight little? It's very nice and subtle detail. The sound effect toaster is Iron Man's hand powering
Yeah,
up.
yeah. I mentioned.
Yeah,
I noticed that. Yeah.
yeah. That was very like specific, and people are saying that that is a hint at his bomb that almost killed her and
Interesting.
Quicksilver.
Interesting.
Yeah, but when she's explaining in Age of Ultron, like that his rocket was crashed into their place and they were trapped there and they were just waiting for like 3 days or whatever for Tony Stark to kill them. That like bomb, and it was very like it kind of like hinted at that. So, and there are also hints with the watch, like Strucker.
Strucker
Is
and
the
the
name of the guy.
Hydra
Yeah,
symbol
that's the name of the guy who
made them.
created them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that we are. Do you think we'll have more commercials in the future episodes?
I don't think so, because that is also the nod to the 60s sitcoms or 50s.
Yeah.
Well, we were in 50s.
I think it's 60s.
50s, 60s.
I don't know.
So that's the thing that also was happening in the sitcoms of the 60s. So that's the nod to that as well. So I don't think we're gonna get more commercials. But I think that was a nice way to put a few hints in this show. In the first commercial, in the first episode, we have the toaster with this red dot beeping, also made by Stark Industries. So Howard Stark, Iron Man, all of those things. And then in the second episode, we have a commercial with the watch, and it says Strucker, like Matit said, the guy who created Wanda and her brother, Quicksilver. And also the Hydra symbol was on that watch. So we know that in some capacity, Hydra is still here in this world, I think. And I think that fake commercials or commercials, whatever they were, they are not there just without any reason. I think
that commercials present her pain or trauma in a way.
Maybe.
I'd say.
Maybe. It could be. It could be because, like you said, the first one, not to that explosion that killed Quicksilver, and the second, the guy who created them.
Quicksilver died by.
Oh well, yeah,
Ultron.
Yeah.
I think that the parents died in that house, like when the bomb crashed in. I think it was like that.
Like Isaac said, the beep that the toaster did is a reference of the bomb that killed Wanda's parents. The commercial represented Wanda's past experience. Yeah, like you said. And I don't believe we're gonna get more commercials. I think they're gonna do something different in the future episodes because, like I said, that's also the nod to the 60s sitcoms. Moving on to another question that I have. What do you think is the sword trying to do? So if you don't know, sword is now the new shield, or let's say more space shield. In the comics is like they coexist, shield and sword is more for space stuff. And we saw in, was it Far From Home? Yeah, Far From Home, where Nick Fury was talking to Skrulls in space, and we assume that's sword, and we see a sword symbol multiple times in these two episodes. The first time I think we see it at the end of the first episode where somebody's watching the whole sitcom, and you can
Hmm.
see in the corner the sword logo. Then the sword logo was on the beekeeper, like his outfit on the back. So do you think Sword is trying to help Wanda? Or is it trying to get something out and that the sword is doing this?
I think I don't know whoever the person is who is asking her, like who's doing this to her. If that, I think that that person is trying to help her. So I don't know if we'll have, because I don't know about Sword comics. Are they the good guys? Are they the bad guys? You said that it's Shield, so I would assume it's the, like they should be like good.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that the voice, so I heard and read a few articles that say the guy from Ant-Man and the Wasp is the guy
No,
because,
that's his voice.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
because he was in the trailers.
Hmm.
So I assume he can be one of those sword agents or whatever. But we also know that Shield, aka now Sword or whatever, if they coexist, um, they also did a lot of things where they try to get something out of somebody, not in the best way possible. They are not afraid to do things to harm somebody. So maybe in a way they try to protect Wanda from her powers, and they are putting her in this thing. But why would the voice say who is doing that to you? So it's confusing so far. Um,
Hmm.
but then we have the beekeeper, like you mentioned, the beekeeper part, where we see beekeeper coming out of the sewers, and he turns around and it's been confirmed that's a stuntman, so nobody important. Nobody important was underneath that bee outfit. Um, but he had a sword logo on his back. But when he turns to Wanda, Wanda says no, and she
Hmm.
rewinds time.
Yeah, best part of the both episodes.
So
Best part.
that's a hint to the fact that Wanda has some control in what's happening in this reality illusion, whatever it is, because she did
Hmm.
that. But why did she do that? Why do you think she did that?
I don't know. Like I said, I think that she's kind of like weird stage of like grieving through these sitcoms, because she's like very, she has a happy life, and
Yeah.
every time a glitch happens,
Mm-hmm.
she's broken out of the illusion
Yeah.
and becomes very furious
Mm-hmm.
with the dinner table, with the red helicopter, with the beekeeper, and she's not ready to
To leave
go
that.
back,
Yeah.
go back to reality.
Mm-hmm.
I think I think that she. I think for now, I still think that she did it herself, like this illusion world.
Yeah, but I don't think so. I think that somebody did that to her because I think it's gonna be explained either way. But the last time we see Wanda, yes, she lost everybody pretty much. Everybody that she loved, she lost, of course, Quicksilver in Age of Ultron. Then she lost Vision twice, not just
Yeah.
one, not just once. Uh, but yeah, I because I'm confused because he had a sword logo on him. So,
Yeah.
and it looks like it appears that Sword is trying to help her. So, I mean, maybe if the voice is somebody completely else, I don't know. But yeah, this part is confusing me for now. But
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be explained more. But it is interesting to know that she has some control over the situation that is happening, and you have to also understand she just got pregnant. Even though how the heck that happened? Did she do it with her powers, or did somebody else do it to her so that she would remain in this reality? And
Yeah.
immediately after they find out that she's pregnant, the thing with the beekeeper happens, and then she goes back. So it is really confusing uh, who actually is doing that, why, and what. So it's awesome for the future episodes because I just want to know what the heck is going on. But yeah, we don't know who the main villain is. Yeah. So Isaac Hurtado said also the Beekeeper is a reference from the comics of AIM, another Hydra affiliate. I think it's like a fight between Sword and AIM, but that's just my theory. Yeah, that could potentially be a thing. So we've got two organizations battling over Wanda, and Wanda just want to be here. But next question that I have: why is Monica Rambeau here?
I don't know.
I mean,
Yeah, she definitely like she. I don't. I think it's. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think that she's like a secret agent who is infiltrated into this, but you can see her that
she doesn't
like
know anything. Like she's confused as
yeah.
Wanda.
I think it's like the Matrix thing. I think that they're hooked onto some kind of like machine, and they need to. I think it's like that. I think that you need to like break out of the illusion to kind of like realize, like realizing that you're in a dream. Let's say you need to kind of like break out of that, like because like her name, like she doesn't know like what her name is. She's like, my name's what does she say? So what?
Some Gertrude? No, it's not Gertrude.
Geraldine.
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 Geraldine. Yes.
Yeah, but she's like, oh, I'm Wanda, and I'm Geraldine.
Yeah.
Like it takes a moment for her. So
So
I
I've
think it's
got
very
two
interesting.
theories with Monica. I think one possibility is that she was sucked in this reality without her knowing,
Mm.
and she's here because, well, shit happens. Or she is a sword agent and she was put in this situation, but she is trying to convince Wanda that she is not who she is. So maybe that's why she stumbled on a name.
Yeah,
So,
I don't know.
or maybe the reality that this is going on is so confusing that even she, as a sword agent, is like, "What the heck is going on? Where the
I
freaking
think it
am
takes
I?"
the time.
Yeah.
I think it takes the time to adjust to the reality of the world. I think it's that.
So that's an interesting part because I didn't expect Monica to be in the second episode at all. I was like,
Hmm.
oh
No.
damn, she's here. She's like, because in the trailers we see her being sucked in through a portal or of some sorts,
Yeah. No.
and I thought that's gonna happen. Or but now because we've seen this part, do you think that Sword pulls her out of the reality that she's in? Maybe
I don't know.
that's
Or maybe somebody throws her out.
yeah, or something like that. Maybe somebody is not okay with her being in this reality.
Hmm.
But it's very interesting that they decided to go with Monica Rambeau because if you look at the bigger picture, we know that WandaVision, Doctor Strange 2, and Spider-Man 3 are all connected, but Monica Rambeau fits to Captain Marvel, and Captain Marvel is gonna be Captain Marvel 2. Then we have Miss Marvel and
Yeah.
everything. Um, but I like if Monica Rambeau is actually a sword agent. That would be okay.
I think that this show will be the start of the multiverse. I think that that's the way that this season will end. I think that the entire new batch of Marvel movies, like the first three phases, were Infinity Saga. I think that the new saga that we are starting is the multiverse saga, and that's why at first, like Black Widow movie and everything meant to come out before this because I think it also takes place before this because I don't think that there is a place for multiverse stuff in Black Widow or in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So
Yeah, and
I think that both of those things were meant to come out before this
mhm.
one, and then this multiverse stuff would start happening. But now I think it's going to be a little jumbled. It's fine.
Yeah, and the previous schedule, like you said, was Black Widow, Winter Soldier, and then other things. So they just switched up the schedule, and now the multiverse is the main thing. Who knows how the multiverse is gonna happen? Maybe everything's gonna explode. There's a
Yeah,
lot of things that.
I think that she's gonna. I don't know. I don't know. She's gonna like. Ah,
Yeah, it's really
she's
hard
gonna
to
like.
even predict what the heck is gonna be the next move. But another
Mhm.
question that I have after seeing this too: who the heck is Agnes? I think that Agnes,
Uh,
her character is the most aware character of what is happening, and I think she's the best actress in this world because she's
hmm.
like so into it. She's like, yeah, wah, 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 Wanda this, Wanda that, I can help you with everything. What is her point? What's the point of her being here? I think she has a bigger meaning to everything in this show.
Yeah, people are saying that she's like the main antagonist
Yeah, I
of
mean,
this show.
her brooch is connected to a character called Agatha Harkness, I think. That
Mm.
is a big villain in comics, somehow connected to the Mephisto guy. You heard about Mephisto being like the main villain of this, or supposedly being a main villain of this
Mm.
show. I don't know anything about that. It could
Yeah.
be, and the brooch suggests she is that because the brooch that she wears in the first two episodes, and also the rabbit that she gives to Wanda,
Oh yeah.
is from
Yeah.
the comics and was did belong to Agatha Harkness. So that could be a thing, and I think she has a bigger meaning to everything that is going on. And it's really, if you look at the first episode when they come to the house, she's like there, like, yeah, I know you already. Oh, this single gal, blah blah blah, and I'm gonna help you do this. I'm gonna try and do that. It feels forced from her
Yeah.
perspective. Uh, so I think Agnes's meaning in this show is much bigger than we are supposed to know so far.
Might be. Might be. But
Oh,
I don't know.
Isaac said Agatha Harkness, she's not that bad. She's actually Wanda's mentor. So let's see how they fit their story. Okay, okay. I mean,
Okay.
I've read a few things that they had a big battle in some comics, so maybe the mentorship didn't go so well. Uh, I mean, kinda, she was mentoring her through this first episode, what she should
Oh
do,
yeah. And also the second.
and also the second, yes. One thing that I have to ask you that I was kind of confused about: why was the blood red?
Mhm. Yeah, it usually is.
I know, but
Yeah.
because she's in this world,
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
was that a glitch in this? Uh,
No, I think it's. I th- I think that the entire second episode was kind of like progressing Wanda's character into kind of like color.
mhm.
So it might be a metaphor into like her healing, like starting to see like color in the world again, or I don't know. But it was done in a very like like sinister way with the radio and
And
stuff
yet
and the
again, a
blood.
question there is: did Wanda did that? Did whoever
Oh,
is like messing with this world did that to break the Wanda radio moment? Or
probably.
was it's so good, it gave us, these two episodes gave us nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was so awesome to see like Marvel back, but it gave us nothing, just a lot of hints, a lot of questions that I'm like, give me more. I want it now. But
Mm,
the next episode is gonna be in the 70s, I
maybe
think.
yeah,
We at the end we transition to color. Um,
yeah.
we see that, and um, yeah, I'm wondering where this is gonna go. Where who is gonna appear? We know episode 150 seconds. What? Pierre Collier, explain your comment. I don't. What?
What?
I don't know.
What is it?
I'm sorry, I'm butchering your name, but it says episode 1, 50 seconds. Episode 2, 60 seconds. 60s. 60s, like the era. Okay, episode
Oh,
1 was the 50s, episode 2 was the 60s, and the 60s apparition of TV color. Yeah, okay, now I get it. Now I get
oh
it.
yeah. Because did you notice in the second episode the house is different?
Yeah, the house is different. Yeah,
Hmm.
and also the first 2 episodes are based on a TV show called Bewitched or something like that. And Bewitched was first black and white, and then it transitioned to color. So
Hmm.
also a nod to that era as well. I think they, like we said multiple times in this stream, very good writing, very good writing with everything. But yeah, I just want more of explanation.
Yeah, it's such a bingeable show, I
Yeah,
would say.
I would because it's only like less than 30 minutes. I wouldn't mind just like give me
The
everything.
entire. Yeah, definitely. Do you think that it's 9 episodes, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you think we will do the sitcom stuff all 9 episodes, or will we break away from it and just like the big finale will be the last
So
like 3 or 4 episodes?
so it's been announced that we had 50s for 2 episodes. The third
Yeah.
is 60s. We're gonna have 70s, 80s, and 90s. So that means 5 more episodes of sitcoms for sure.
Huh.
And I also heard they're gonna do a 2000s era that's gonna be made like that sitcom Modern Family, only one camera.
Mm.
Uh,
Oh, nice. That would be cool.
so I think we have 6 more episodes of just sitcoms.
Okay. And then the last one will be
And then we
okay.
have, yeah, the last one being a big whatever. It's gonna
But
be.
it could be also like I think that like the stuff from the trailer, like with real world and everything. I think that we also might cut away
Yeah, yeah,
from
we're gonna
the.
get more of that, I think. We're gonna get more
Yeah.
explanation of what Sword is trying to do. I don't think we're
Hmm.
gonna see outside world only in the last episode. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah, and also I wouldn't be surprised if the last episode is long.
Yeah,
Um,
I wouldn't mind that as well. I really liked that has only 30 minutes or even less. I don't mind that,
mhm.
but I think that with the sitcoms, I think that when they're done with sitcoms, we're gonna get like a 50, maybe even more minutes long episode where we go crazy and multiverse is gonna explode and we get Doctor Strange in the last episode saying, "Come with me, let's
Mhm.
fix this shit."
And Toby Maguire will show up
Yeah,
and
sure,
say,
sure. Yeah,
"I'm
I
back."
think Ben Affleck is gonna appear as Batman.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
right.
like recently, Ben Affleck said that the best producer in this world, just like working right now, is Kevin Feige. So come on, Batman in MCU.
I mean, they did. Kevin Feige did work on Daredevil,
Yeah,
right?
well, he did.
Yeah, so they did work together. So
But yeah, so let me ask you, what do you want from, let's say, third episode? What would you like to see? What would you like to know?
a little more hints, the bigger story.
Okay. Anything else? Like, I don't know, any actors to appear? Because we do know they've been announced that some actors are gonna be in this show. Like,
I don't know. We might get. I don't know if we're gonna see the real world yet,
mhm.
but I mean, sure. Look, I'll just give it to me, and I'll accept it. Then that's it.
I think it's an alternative reality in which Wanda hides herself to recover from Vision's death, and the Sword tries to save her, and her reality threatens the MCU reality. Okay, yeah, that could be a thing. But the one thing that also confuses me a little bit because I've seen the trailer, we see in the trailers Wanda dressed as she was dressed in at the beginning or at the when
Oh,
she
Age of Ultron.
Age of Ultron, yeah, in that suit, and then the stone explodes.
I think that's the flashback.
Is that the flashback, or
Yeah, I think it
is
is.
does she rewinds the time to that time, and then everything goes to shit?
Oh, and she instead of herself, she powers people, and that's how the mutants.
It could be. It could be.
That could be Cool, yeah.
The voice in the radio, Captain America, I doubt it. Even though, yes, it's been like rumors that Captain America, Chris Evans, is back. I
Yeah.
don't think so. That this is
Uh,
Captain America. Do I think we're gonna get Chris Evans back? I would say 60% sure. Yeah, why the heck not give me Chris Evans back? He's an old guy
mm.
right now, so
Yeah, but they can put him in
yeah,
that Ant-Man's machine. You know,
sure,
when Ant-Man turned into a baby, like they can
sure.
rewind Captain America
And
back.
if the multiverse is gonna be the big thing, one of the biggest things in the multiverse comics in MCU or Marvel comics is bad Captain America, evil Captain
Oh,
America. So why the heck
mm.
not give us Chris Evans as a bad guy? I wouldn't mind that. It would be confusing for the characters because oh my gosh, this is Captain America. Why? What the heck is going on?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. But I don't think Chris Evans or Captain America is the voice on the radio. I think
No,
it's or Randall Park or I don't know somebody from Sword.
it could be just a random
Maybe it's just
agent,
yeah,
right?
but yeah, because I mean we are like fans of this and we are like, oh my gosh, is it Fantastic Four? Maybe it's Mr.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
yeah, it's Miles Teller. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's nice.
Miles Teller from the Fan Four Stick. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be awesome. But my expectations for the future episodes is that I want to know more hints to what the bigger picture is. I wouldn't mind another addition of a character that we already know. Maybe Randall Park, maybe Darcy has been in the trailers. What the heck is her? Why is she in this show?
I don't know, but you know what? I also want Stellan Skarsgård back.
Oh yeah,
I
that would be
want both of
awesome.
them.
That
That
would
would be cool.
that would be cool. But I think that the next episode is gonna give us more of why Monica is in this show, or
Hmm.
what's her purpose, and
Yeah.
maybe Monica and Wanda figuring out what the heck is going on together. Maybe that's gonna be because in the second episode we do see that they are more connected to like those two are more connected than anybody else is. So that was cool, like to see. So I think that's gonna be happening, but I would like to see like give me a cameo that I don't expect. I like I said, Doctor Strange. Give me Doctor Strange in the show. Like at the end, I don't know, just like coming in and saying, you know what, you fucked everything up.
Yeah.
What the heck is going on? Why the heck we have four Spider-Mans? And let's figure this shit out. And yeah, something like that. I wouldn't mind that. And we also know that Evan Peters is in this show. Is Evan Peters the Quicksilver from X-Men universe? Is it a new Quicksilver? Or is it just maybe is Mephisto? Who knows? Evan Peters as Mephisto, I wouldn't mind it. So yeah, I think Darcy is the one behind the TV. She's now a very recognized scientist. Okay, I mean, could be. I mean, the hand that we see with the remote didn't was manly. I think it was a man. I'm sorry if it was a woman. But it didn't look like a woman's hand. I don't know. I don't think that's the thing. And Pierre says, I think the ads Radio and Watch which tells her story are sent by Sword to make Wanda remember her past. Also, we never see their TV. Really strange. Oh yeah, that's true. We don't see them watching the television or anything.
Oh,
But
yeah.
Sword is watching them, or at least Wanda, because Vision is dead.
Hmm.
Do you think they're gonna find a way to bring Paul Bettany back for real, not just for this? Because if Vision is dead, remains dead, that's it for Paul Bettany. When they figure
Yeah.
this,
Poor guy.
yeah, when they figure this shit out, Paul Bettany is done. If
Yeah. Well, you know, I don't know. I think that the point of this show is because I think that when she will realize that Vision is kaput, I think that she will just go crazy. I think that she will just like destroy everything. I
Yeah,
think that we are building to that.
I think so too. How can Vision be dead? He's a robot. Well, I mean, the thing that was kind of making him alive was taken out
Yeah.
twice. So, and also he was made from a Infinity Stone and all the data that Jarvis had.
Mhm.
So he is part robot, part stone, I guess.
Mhm.
Maybe the robot part can be brought back in a way. I mean, if they configure Jarvis back in a way, I don't know. That could be a
I
thing.
don't
But I do believe when Wanda realizes what happened, for real, she's gonna explode. And
Yeah, there has have to be some stakes here.
uh,
I think that's gonna be it.
yeah, and Vision is gone forever.
Mhm.
Uh, I mean, it's multiverse. You never know what's gonna happen. They can bring Vision from Earth 4054, and he's
Yeah.
like a new Vision. But the Vision we know is dead. This is an illusion that Wanda has created or somebody else has created for her. But I don't think that after WandaVision we're gonna have Vision the way we had him before all of the Endgame things and Infinity War things happened.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think that that's the only thing that he can exist.
And also, if you, I think that Vision is one of those characters that is kind of overpowered, kind of OP, and we. That's one of the reasons why he wasn't in the Endgame as well. I think it would be much easier to like defeat Thanos if they had Vision. I mean,
Yeah,
he's an Infinity Stone.
yeah, they did kind of like make him much weaker in Infinity War.
Mm.
That's for sure. Yeah, I don't know what was up with him in Infinity War.
Because
He
if
was
you
so
look
like,
at, I mean, in Age of Ultron, he was set up. I mean,
yeah,
he picked up the Mjolnir or whatever
mm,
it's called, and we were like, okay, nobody
yeah,
has done it before, except of course Thor. And they even had the gag in the movie with everybody trying to lift it up. Um, and then in the last, he was like, "Oh, I want to be this family guy." And then the bad Black Order guy stabbed him, and he was like, so if you look at Vision from where he started to till now, he was set up as this big, unstoppable entity of knowing everything, killing everything. He has Infinity Stone in his head. He knows everything, and then he was kind of a crybaby from Infinity War forwards, from Civil War forwards. Even though he was trying to be like a political guy, I know, blah 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 blah. And then we see that even though everybody thought he cannot do anything bad because of Wanda, he did to Rhodey what he did.
yeah. But he has one of the best moments in Civil War. The bus when he
Yeah,
like tears it.
that's
Oh, and with
that's
the
awesome.
cape behind him. Oh, that's so good.
But yeah, let's end up on overall thoughts. What would you say WandaVision? If you rate it from 1 to 10, what would you give first 2 episodes?
Mm, I don't know, an eight.
Okay, I would give it a 7.5. I like I said at the beginning, I like the show so far and not love it. And when
Mm.
I'm gonna love it, it's gonna be a 9, and I'm sure I'm gonna love the show.
Yeah, yeah. I think that it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah. Toto Momo 18 asks, do you think he's more overpowered than Captain Marvel? Well, now no, but if you would put,
Now he's dead.
yeah, but if I put Age of
Well,
Ultron Vision against Captain Marvel, I mean, I would go with Vision.
I think he can just get inside her and get solid, and she's done. I mean,
Wow, that was the sentence of 2021. He can get Insider and get Solid. Jesus Christ. We are
I mean,
talking about Vision and Captain Marvel, so
but you know what I mean. Like he could
yeah.
also do that to Thanos,
Yeah.
and like, it would be like, oh,
Yeah,
oh,
they did a really smart job with getting rid of the most OP characters in the
yeah.
MCU to not have them in Infinity War so much and in the Endgame. So
Mm.
the blood which is in color could be the proof that some characters as Dottie, Geraldine, and Agnes are sword spies. Also, the helicopter was in color, so from MCU reality. Yeah, could be. But all of these hints are not going to be able to be done in the same way because now we are in color. The show is going to
You
be
know
in
what?
color.
Where do you think her body is? Wanda's. Do you think that she has a real life body somewhere?
No, I think that is Wanda. What we are seeing, that is
That's
Wanda.
her.
Yeah. I think
Hmm.
she is inside this reality illusion, whatever it is. I think there's no like Matrix things happening to her, maybe to agents, like you said. Maybe they are plugged into something, so they are in this reality. But even that, I think that all of the sword agents that are possibly in this reality are like like fully in. So their bodies not plugged into some computer stuff and in this reality.
Hmm. Maybe. But how can then she? No, I think it's an illusion. How can like rewind the entire
I
like?
mean, she has the powers to do that.
She has time powers.
Yeah, that's why Scarlet Witch in general was so underused in the MCU so far. We just what WandaVision did so far, wiggly stuff with her hands, and that's it. She has the potential to do anything, pretty much anything. She is so far the most powerful character in the MCU, but has been so underused, and everything that we see in this show, especially power wise, is just like the surface of it. And she did the rewinding. Because why would then when she says no immediately go back?
Hmm.
I mean, I think yes, there is a possibility that somebody else rewind the time for her, but and was also afraid, oh my gosh, the sword agent is so close, they're gonna save her. But I think that was Wanda doing.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. So
That's a good.
there is a potential that let's imagine Mephisto is the bad guy and doing all this shenanigans with her, and he was like, oh my god, sword agents are very close, and let's get rid of her. Let's rewind everything, put Beekeeper wherever. Why was he in the sewers, who knows.
Mm-hmm.
But also, if I remember from the comics correctly, Mephisto can transform into any entity. I mean, he can transform himself, so he could potentially be a double agent. So maybe that was him or what? I don't know. It's confusing, and because we only have 2 episodes out, it's really hard to say
Yeah.
what it is. Once the
Stuff.
agents have contact with that reality, Wanda could have total control over them. Okay. So,
Hmm.
because Monica is in this reality, that's why she could like transform her into that um, box, magic box. Maybe that's the thing.
Oh.
Because I think that majority of the characters we have been introduced were NPCs, like the boss and all the people in that library thing. Um, so she does not have temporal power. She's in 2023, but she changes her illusion that creates the illusion of temporal powers. Okay.
What powers?
Temporal. Yeah, your movie.
Yay!
Or temporal. I don't know how is it pronounced.
I don't know. Who knows?
So she made an illusion of rewinding the time. Well, that's the possibility.
Oh. Nah.
But
Oh,
that's even more confusing if she made an
no,
illusion of illusion.
if this is not real, like you can do whatever you
Whatever you
want.
want. Yeah, that's for sure. And that's
Yeah,
how
that's not real. It's not real.
no, it's not. I mean, if she doesn't have the powers. But like I said, it could be Mephisto or somebody else seeing, oh my god, the sword, shield, agent, whatever is so close. Let's go. Woo! And go back. Also, who's Ralph, Agatha's husband? Well, that is a big trope in the 60s.
I mean, it's Ralph Macchio. Who said
Sure,
it?
yeah. That would be awesome if Ralph.
There's no other explanation. It's the only it all makes sense now.
Yeah, but the real explanation is in the 50s sitcoms, there's a big trope of characters mentioning other characters that never appear. Maybe that's gonna be the trope of moving forwards, because sitcoms do that a lot. Like, they are mentioning characters you never see. But maybe this Ralph guy is very important and we're gonna see him. Maybe Ralph is Mephisto. Or Ralph Macchio. Maybe Ralph Macchio is Mephisto.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Cobra Kai Marvel crossover, epic. Matisse can say something about that. I haven't seen Cobra Kai, so I don't know.
Yeah, it would be cool. Yeah.
But yeah, next week, third episode, we are moving to 60s, 70s. I don't know, colors. We're getting colors. I'm very excited. Matisse, you're excited, probably. Yeah, sure.
Fine.
Yeah, sure. We both did reactions, so if you want to see that, go check that out.
Yeah, boy.
So yeah, did you see the symbol in episode 2 between the floors at 327? What was the symbol? Pierre, tell us what was the symbol. I don't know what was the symbol. But yeah, we are gonna do this every Saturday, the recap. So 8 more times. 7.
Watch us be even more confused.
Yeah,
next
probably.
time.
7 more times. And hopefully, if you're gonna like this, we're gonna continue doing that with every single Marvel show. I think it's very nice to talk about this nerdy stuff on the stream. I like it.
And also, if maybe they want to like hear us talking about like some new, we could do something similar.
Yeah, sure, we can do that as well. I like talking about movies. Matisse does as well, even though it's really hard to talk to me. But yeah, if you have any other questions about the show, leave it now. We can be here 5 more minutes and answer some questions. If not, we're gonna say bye-bye. But yeah, we said pretty much everything. What's the word of this thing is confusing. I like it, but confusing.
No.
Also, there are hidden clues in the clocks in the show. 666, so you might be right. Is Mephisto? Yeah, I saw that. He's the devil of the MCU, Marvel universe, so that could be a thing. I think there was so many rumors for Mephisto being in the show. If it's not Mephisto, it's gonna be a surprise. So yeah. Well, yeah, that's gonna be it. Thank you for Matisse for joining me. It was nice. Thank you everybody in the chat. Hopefully you enjoyed this stream. Like I said, next Saturday. Did you see the Netflix Marvel shows? In my opinion, are much better. Well, I'm gonna disagree with you, Totomo 18.
Well, this one is not done yet.
What?
It's only this one is not done yet.
Well,
it's only
that's fair, but I will say that the only one that can compare to the quality that we just got in the first 2 episodes are maybe Daredevil season 3 and Punisher. Everything else I wouldn't say so. But like Matisse said, we haven't seen the whole show yet, so it's really hard to compare.
Yeah.
Compare Netflix shows with this one. But yeah, maybe when it's done we can compare it. But I doubt I will ever feel that the Netflix Marvel shows were better than this. But I will say that it is an acquired taste, this show. If you're not a Marvel fan and you're just going into this show knowing like half of it.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're not a Marvel fan, why would you even watch it?
That's true. That's true. But even for Marvel fans, this is very, very confusing. And I do hope we are gonna get more of clarity what the heck is going on. Even though I like the weirdness and not knowing anything. I like that. But yeah. Anyway, that's gonna be it. Thank you again, Matis, for being here. Thank you, everybody in the chat. See you next Saturday when we are gonna talk about episode 3. And like Matit said, if you wanna see us talk about movies that we've seen, we can do another stream any day of the week. Pretty much, we are still at home doing nothing. So yeah, that's gonna be it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here, and we see you when we see you next Saturday. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.